Alright, first mate tomorrow, Mob Glory. This better not be a trap.
You must be Captain. Glad you could make it, Loveson.
Yeah. The battle-hardened captain rubs the underside of her chin as she regards you pleasantly. Her mist-colored eyes, one raven wing black, the other an icy blue, rove up and down your face.
Like what you see?
A golden soul net gleams against the sacred skin of her scarred skin of her chest. When you notice it, she flips it to reveal the mark of her status on the other side.
The mark on this side. It means I'm the second highest rank on the Council of Captains.
Second highest, huh?
I'm but one chair below that cockrot Ferrante.
I see, she grins.
Now, I know I offered you a full parley, but I'm a pirate, which means I'm loyal to my crew. But otherwise, I lie whenever it benefits me.
So this is a trap.
You killed my fourth chair, and a damn good friend. A part of me might be impressed, but a part of me wants to flay the skin from your face. Understand?
I understand.
If you've an explanation, I'd advise you to give it up real quick.
Show her the Solent. Made a dispute between pirates. You can't fault me for defending myself. I don't know what the Solent is. I can't remember. I kind of want to say that.
Oh, but I can. Being the captain of an entire fleet means you can do whatever the blast you'd like.
She lifts her chin, black and blue eyes boring into you, but a hard-edged smile quips her lips.
You cut off my right hand. How do you plan to replace it?
I don't. Oh, can we be a pirate captain? I might like to be a pirate captain. I don't.
Oh, I do like you. Good answer, Captain. I admire a woman who doesn't back down. You've got guts, and not just smattered in your hair. Now with that out of the way,
Look at me.
I'd like to make you a deal.
Okay.
Forgive me for dragging you all this way, but I find the proposition of a partnership best works in person.
It always does.
Me and mine within the Principe would make for powerful allies on your side. But would you give us loyalty in return? That I'd like to know.
If we formed a partnership.
Suppose we've to give each other a test. Make sure it's a good fit.
Okay.
Say you wanted to entice an alliance of like-minded captains. You might start by aiding one of my best in Nekataka.
Back to
She
Nekataka,
smuggles
huh?
through the Undercroft.
All signs point to Nekataka.
Goes by the name of Mad Morena, she does. And let me tell you, Dove, she's earned the moniker.
Let's see. I can open this up a little bit, right? Maybe I should start doing that a little bit more. If you guys want me to do that, let me know in the comments. Suppose we give each other a test, make sure it's a good fit. Say you wanted to entice an alliance of like-minded captains, you might start by aiding one of my best in Nekataka. She smuggles through the Undercroft. She goes by the name of Mad Morena. Let me tell you, Dove, she's earned the moniker. I I get to do grunt work for another captain. I can't wait. Cross your arms over your chest. I'll consider it. The Undercroft?
It's a hidden port. But I'm sure you'll find it, unaided by me.
Right.
You've a bright future ahead of you, Watcher. See that you don't tarnish it by flying the wrong pirate's flag. Out with the stale and in with the new, eh? I know you've met with Ferrante, that you may even be working for him, that pribbling cock-rot.
With a flick of her fingers, the captain swipes a goblet of God's killer rum off her desk. She takes a long swig before pointing at you.
But that doesn't mean you can't partner with me instead. Don't do anything to let him catch on. Just keep me appraised of certain future events as they shape up. Aye?
Aye. I mean, it's obvious she wants me to spy for her. Cross my arms.
Shh. No need to say anything, not yet. You just think on it next time you're toiling for a man who'd happily gut you after you've done his bidding, given half the chance.
I'm a pirate. I'm a pirate. I'm officially a pirate. I can cross all of
When
you.
the time's right, we'll set our strategy.
You mean I'll set my strategy?
What can I do, you lovesome?
Tell me about the new blood in Principe.
We're the future, and we ain't going nowhere. We're pirates, lovesome. We own this sea, and the sea loves us back in her twisted way. Ferrante pines for a homeland he's never seen. But what does old Valia mean to me or my crew? We're not Valian, and we never will be. Though if you're Valian and you want to join our bloodline, you're more than welcome.
I don't think I'm Valian. But weren't you founded by refugees from old Valia?
Generations ago. And I grew like a weed in the deerwood, you see? You say Consueglo me casitas. I say Council of Captains. You say Principe. I say Best Pirates in the Deadfire. You say Swollenet.
Swollenet.
I say... well, some things stay the same.
She flicks the gold coin and laughs heartedly. Tell me about the new blood in the Principe.
We're the future, and we ain't going nowhere.
Why are you glowing green? That seems suspicious, and you're leaking.
We're pirates, lovesome. We own this. Ferrante pines for a homeland he's never seen. But what? Though if you're Valian, I believe you. You seem like a sharp
so what sort of
captain,
things
you
do you do in your leisure time? Do you have leisure time?
What? Like for hobbies?
Her eyebrows dance up in a hairline as she laughs loudly. Yeah, I don't think she has any hobbies, sweetie.
When I'm not out plundering the seas, I'm right here ruling my fleet. Suppose I like a good bit of target practice. And of course, who doesn't like rum and a hot bath?
I've never tried rum in a hot bath.
Don't guess you like the same?
Yes, target practice relaxes me. I could go for a hot bath right now, in fact. Yeah. She throws her head back and laughs.
Well, sure. You're welcome to use mine. But perhaps later, when there's less of a crowd around.
Are we feeling something here? About Ferrante.
Got something for me, Dove? I'm all ears.
Well, I'm not telling her that. I think she already assumes that, and just to confirm that is probably not smart on my part. Ferrante asked me to search Nekataka for information on the floating hangsman. Or should we go into more depth and say apparently an old Dracuzi paladin, Lucia Rivienne, commands the floating hangman. See, that's a little bit more information. Let's go with that one.
The floating hangman is the remains of the Fonferus.
It is.
Interesting. Quite very interesting.
Yeah.
I had heard rumors as to such. The floating hangman flies a flag featuring the burning palace from Old Valia.
That was a lot of money, guys. That was a lot of money. I think there could be money to be made in this espionage here. Ferrante asked me to search Nekataka for information on the floating hangman.
Nekataka? But why there, lovesome?
She crosses her arms and breathes her arms beneath her breasts.
Well, go on then. I'm sure you've heard our saying, share and share, as is the law of the coast.
I'll share and share, but I'm not sharing. I'm defying Yesir and the Berithian's eulogy. He killed Lucia Rivian, who then was buried in Nekataka's catacombs.
And one or both of them are of interest to us in acquiring the floating hangman for our own means. I see.
Dirty fingers grind the length of her jaw.
This Lucia Van, I know her name. She captained the Fonferus some 2 centuries ago. If you find anything else, be sure to let me know.
That wasn't enough information. I'm not telling her that.
As you wish, Dove.
Farewell. I don't need to tell her that. She already knows that. So, if you guys remember, in the
certainly.
8th episode, when I rang the bell 3 times, I got upset and went like this. Well, I rang the bell, and I couldn't do anything. I rang it 3 times, and nothing happened. So, I got confused. That lock looks a little too complicated.
As long as I don't get caught. Guess that wasn't so
But
hard.
we did it anyway. Grant's Leap. Okay. Mother of Pearl. Ooh, some silver. Wow, we gained 120 XP from that. Anyway, as I was saying, I couldn't find how to ring the bell. I rang it 3 times and nothing happened. So I just kind of gave up and came down here, and her pirate buddy was down here. The fourth guy, the guy that we killed. And it was a little bit harder of a battle, but I still killed him. But it's not what I was working for, so I reset and did all of it again. And it took me like 2 hours to finish that. And then on top of that, afterwards, I didn't know how to leave.
Oh, certainly.
It took me forever. I spent 2 hours on a video.
You might find this interesting.
That was just 37 minutes long or something like that. It's trapped, huh? Okay. Who's our lockpick guy?
What do you need?
The tank. The tank is the
Well,
lockpick.
as long as I don't get caught.
Okay, good.
All done.
Excellent. Oh, we got a fine pistol. We'll give that to this guy. Potions of healing and some cannonballs. Cool.
So interesting.
But yeah, basically got lost, couldn't find my way out, and I ended up sneaking my way out of the castle. Not too unlike what we're doing now. Although I was sneaking. It was a little bit harder. That's why all these chests are looted, by the way.
I shall make it so.
I looted them on the way out. Though I didn't loot everything. There were some guards.
Ahoy! Aye.
There were some guards in there and stuff, so
Ahoy! Aye, aye.
it made it quite difficult. Did we go down the eastern courtyard? I can't remember. Yeah, we did. Yep, I came down here, and then I just booked it out. Because I was afraid these guys were going to get on me.
Are you ready to meet our commander? Aldise has been waiting for you.
I can find my own
Well,
way.
she didn't say I had to show you right up. I'll send someone to tell her you're here. Give her some time to, prepare. You know where to find me if you change your mind.
I guess that's just a quick travel to her.
As you like.
Is there a dog? Can I talk to the dog? Oh, we have a dog. We stole the dog. I'll take the oil and the kepa leaf. Ooh. Now we can go and take all this stuff.
What for? Aye, aye.
I love looting, looting, looting. Because see, if you remember, we got up to the dungeons. We got up through a window. I think it was that one? No, it was that one. We got up through that window from the bottom. And I couldn't go back down. I don't think there's anything else for us here though. So, quick. Alright, I guess we're going to Nekataka. All signs point to Nekataka.
You must gather your...
Should we do a dirty deed and tell Ferrante that... Nah, he doesn't... He doesn't... Alright, so hear me out, hear me out. Ooh, that storm is... not looking very good. Alright, so hear me out. Ferrante, or whatever the guy, the pirate king captain guy is. In one of the former episodes that we did, he said that he didn't talk about everything all at once. And that's why he's the pirate king now, because he knew when to keep his mouth shut and when to not keep his mouth shut. So I'm thinking... do we go tell him now? Or do we just go to Nekataka? Oh wow, Nekataka's pretty. I was thinking of a not very pretty place because of all the dead and stuff. But Nekataka's pretty nice looking. Alright. How do I follow the ship? It follows it on its own. Okay. Abandoned village. I don't like the fact we're going fast. I want to slow that down. If a pirate ship comes or... Oh!
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind.
Plot.
The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once.
That sounds annoying.
You are alone.
I am alone.
And then, you are not.
Huh.
An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Berith, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus.
Okay. So this is the god of death, cycles, doorways, morality, and inevitability. The keeper of cycles, life and death. Berith is thought to seek to claim the lives of those who have lived to pass their time. According to folklore, Berith is seen most often in the form of the Pallid Knight or the Usher, two skeletal creatures who lead such people to their deaths by way of challenge or trickery. Okay.
And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Berith settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Now, as an avid video game player, I'm curious if each decision you've made up until this point is what has selected here.
Watcher.
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
He's stomping around the Deadfire, yanking out souls like a giant Aedra soul magnet. He's draining souls from veins of luminous Audra. I'm gonna go with 2.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Berith dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire. The goddess Wodika strides forward.
Wodika, goddess of justice, law, oaths, promise, rulership, vengeance, memory, and hierarchies. Depicted as an old noble woman bearing a broken crown upon her head. Said to have once ruled over the gods, but has since been overthrown.
Does Aethys frighten you, Berith? He should. Margron subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
Margron, goddess of war, fire, transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Patron, goddess of the Deerwood, thought to have blessed the God Hammer bomb that destroyed Waidwen and possibly Athos. Huh.
From out of Wodika's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was.
Looks kind of like a ghoul. God of defiance, violent rebellion, secret hatred, covert plots, resentment, and envy. Frequently pictured as a disfigured and scarred slave and worshipped most often by the subjugated and destitute.
He does not speak, but stares up at Boudica, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face.
It's kind of nice having some sort of physical appearance for these descriptions.
Boudica steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the pallid night from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
A moon? Given her relationship with the moon, I doubt Andra would approve of that plan. So, I know that the goddess of the ocean tried to do that, tried to bring the moon closer. So I will say that because I feel like it is in line with what my character would say, and in line with what I would say.
Boudica throws her head back and laughs. The sound is a dry, rasping bark.
Okay, well, I made a god laugh.
Andra could do with a new act. Her current one has grown rather stale.
Where are the other gods?
They see to their own affairs. You will speak to them in time, should you have the need.
Interesting. I have to assume this guy is the god of war. I mean, he is brimming with fire.
The figure beside the aspect of Berith flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword.
I apologize, I misgendered them.
Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world.
It does say goddess. It does say goddess.
I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now.
That Godhammer bomb, that just reminds me of like a nuke.
To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Sure, great idea. Can I go now? I don't care what you do, just put me back in my body so I can get this charade over with. What kind of precautions do you suggest?
Magran looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Look at this guy, he's got tons of birds.
Let's all take a deep,
And of course it's a
calming
woman.
breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Are they all
Behind
women?
Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
What if he tends to betray you?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
So Helia is the goddess of the sky, maternity, creativity, birds, song, invention, language, and the arts. Not known to take a particular physical form, but thought to persist in birds of all kinds.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot.
Alright, so Scan is actually the only guy here. I'm not even a guy.
Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wetica suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Alright, so let me get this straight. I asked you what would happen if he betrays you. You told me he won't. Then you guys say, okay, let's betray him instead. Great plan, guys. Fantastic plan.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Don't look at me.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who killed Lord Horan, the man who tormented his dear niece, Alice. Curious.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
Hey now. I have some words about that, sir. He fought me first. I had a beef to pick with him. The pick was beefed. That was it.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Attempting to end Athos may only make things worse.
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aethys has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault. However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice.
Then what's the point of this exercise?
The Pallid Knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Magran grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magran stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Wotica waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys other than decisive, final action.
I don't necessarily agree with there's no cause to act now. Something must be done, but it's not my say.
Your opinion is unasked for and unnecessary, but noted nonetheless.
Though her tone is impassive, the banked fury in her eyes says well enough what she thinks of your interruptions.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The Pallid Knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The
I've
black
been
of the
following
Pallid
him.
Knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
This is bullshit.
She stares at you, unblinking, like a needle drawn to a magnet. You are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time.
You told me to shut up.
You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin. Alone.
Next time we have that conversation, I'm not gonna say a word. Alright. Oh, the bust. I forgot about the bust.
Make it so.
Can I not talk to the bust?
I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind. They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
What are you going to do?
Go madder than I already am? I don't rightly know. It's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my god, even if it kills me.
Dang, that's a devotion.
You need me, I'll be too whoop.
Yep. Okay. Hey, Eddard?
What's on your mind?
I guess nothing.
Yes?
I'd like your thoughts on my search for Athos.
One would hardly imagine that a colossus made of glowing Ardra could be so hard to find.
He shakes his head.
But then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen you if the task were easy.
What do you think about the Valian trading company?
Well, they seem largely competent. I would feel better about that were they not run by profiteers and animancers.
He smiles wearily.
Governor Clario seemed honest and well-intentioned. So one wonders why he was stationed at such an out-of-the-way post.
He raises one eyebrow. Do you have any thoughts on the pirates?
I'd heard Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how large it was. Or how fashionable.
You get the sense he's impressed despite himself.
Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. I worry about who will be caught in their crossfire.
Did you ever make it back to Audrey?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Oh.
I saw my mother for the first time in years.
So that must have been his home. There's a lightness in his eyes and in his posture that you've never seen before when speaking of his family. How was your mother?
She was well. She'd been living with her Thane for quite some time. I don't think she'd been to see my father since I left.
He fidgets with the helm of his garment, looking distractingly at something on the ground.
I used to blame her for her long absences, for not intervening directly with my father.
What changed with your mother?
I realized that she was torn between two demanding roles, and two demanding men.
He looks back up at you.
I used to resent her for failing to protect me. But I understand now that her absence is what allowed me to grow. Intentionally or not, she gave me the space I needed to learn a degree of independence.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. It felt good to resolve that much.
Sounds like it was a good trip then.
It was.
Well, good. I don't want to pry too much into his life.
It's been a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the Leaden Key. It's unexpectedly liberating.
Well, good. That's all. Not much to say. I've already talked to them earlier, so... how does one get back up? Ah, yes. Alright, so we talked to the bells. The bells were very belly. Man, I should have gone with the blue, short blue and hairy.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
I'd like to ask you about the Principe.
Ask away, Cap.
I know who they are. I know how they operate. You seem to enjoy being Principe.
Aye, that I do, Cap.
What about it?
What not? Smell of the sea, creak of the rigging, blast of the cannons, rush aboard and a right piece of prey.
You just like being out here.
A mug of spiced rum in my hands and a bawdy song on my lips. A lad or lass in every port and another in my hammock.
Okay.
Be a pirate's life for me.
Gotcha.
Ask away, Cap.
If I were looking to enlist, how would I do so?
Enlist, Cap. We ain't the flog-stroking Rawatai Navy.
He chuckles low and warm. The powerful navy kingdom of Rawatai is dominated by coastal Amau, ruled by Raga Nui. Currently the most prosperous of the old empires, Ratanui is expanded aggressively into the Deadfire archipelago to secure natural resources that are scarce in their native storm-torn land. The folks, dwarves, and Orleans can be found in Ratanui. Most of the merchants or remnants of the old kingdoms Rawatai conquered when they seized power centuries ago. Legends say that the Ratanuians came to their lands from the Deadfire archipelago in wake of a terrible cataclysm, but the details of that event have been lost to time and the imagination of storytellers.
Twixt the seaworthy vessel and passable crew, you've managed yourself the hardest part already. Now you just need to be setting yourself to piracy, after you be talking it over with the Consuelo.
The Consuelo. The Council. Right, so we still have that thing to talk about. How do they operate?
Raiding seafaring vessels mostly. Seasoned ships cargo. Ships themselves if they be worth anything. If there be passengers of high berth, we'd be taking them for ransom too. Ain't squeamish about slaying, but be avoiding it when we can. Get yourself known for killing folk. They get more likely to fight you when you come for the gold. Ask away, Cap. Formerly the Principe San Petrena. The prince's, without,
His brow knits as he snaps.
Oh, without a home eye. They came from Grand Velia ages ago. Now they be the scourge of the Deadfire.
He squares his shoulders, puffing out his chest.
More than that, ain't for the likes of me to say. Ask away, Cap. Aye, aye, Cap.
Okay, farewell. I could ask him about Romeo, but we got a lot going on right now. Well, maybe I need to hire some more people. I can't believe What's-Her-Face gave me 1,500 gold. Ooh, I wonder if I could give him double. And by him, I mean, the guy that won't give me the wizard lady. I would like to finish that quest. Karatapu channel. Come on, morale, go up. Yes. A lethargic, misshapen bird drops a damp missive onto the deck. Read. Try the Critter Cleaver. To Sloane, Captain of the Defiant. I know what you're thinking. I have too many lovable cats, dogs, birds, pigs, and... Pigs, birds, and pigs. She wrote pigs twice. It confused me. Like you, I once thought I could take in stray pets, care for their needs, and shower each one with affection, but limited beings have only so much love to spread around. Unpleasant, unfair, unfortunate. That's why I took it upon myself to optimize affection and curtail my creature's care. I bring you the Critter Cleaver. The Cleaver is a handy, ethics-free apparatus yanked from a genuine Ingwithan dug site and restored to the glorious functionality. Simply slide your favorite feline down one end and let the cleaver do its charm. The best is yet to come. See, the cleaver remembers. Stick a white bird in there. It remembers. Purple pig. It remembers. It even remembers your pet's strengths, weaknesses, and favorite places to poop. Now your furry friend isn't just going to slide out of the cleaver's business end same as it went in. No, they come out different. Better. Sometimes that's where it gets fun. Combinations. Want a bird to think like a pig? Want a cat to think like a different, better cat? The cleaver provides. You'd be doing me a favor of epic proportions if you gave the cleaver creator a whirl. Cleaver a whirl. Once folks see you using it, everyone will want to turn. I've moved it to the far wall of the dark cupboard, which is at Periki's, overlooking Nekataka. You can find the cleaver just due west of the wooden fella. A friend and fellow animal lover. P.S. I fixed the insert receptacle so that it no longer accepts Orleans and gave it a good scrubbing. You're welcome. Yeah, no. A fog rolls in. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Out of nowhere, a heavy fog rolls over the ocean, so dense you cannot see more than a dozen feet out in front of your ship. With the fog's arrival, the wind dies. The waves calm, and the Defiant is left aimlessly drifting. The only sound is those of the hulls groaning if in the dread of what's to come. What are you guys doing? Serious burn. Why are you guys burned and... I never healed them from when the oil thing exploded. Oh, shit. Yeah. Here comes the pirate ship. So what do these burns do? That's a severe dampening on my mood. Eerie green lights pierce through the fog as the silhouette of a massive galleon approaches. Black sails through the tattered running, catching an otherworldly wind, slicing the ship forward at a rapid pace. The captain, a skeleton outfitted in a tarnished armor, with glowing eyes, surveys you from the quarterdeck of the decaying galleon. She wraps two fleshless fingers around her chest before pointing right at you. What the goddess of death has marked, I will leave untouched. She nods solemnly at once, then with a tilt of her skull, steers the ship away. As the floating hangman returns, several undead sailors shamble across the deck, hungry for a look at your crew. They scratch at their clipped and rotted railing heads rolling on their exposed spines. The ship disappears back into the fog. A few minutes pass before the fog fully dissipates and the wind picks back up. I don't understand how to heal. Rustling your sails. The sea is clear, empty. The other ship is nowhere to be found. I don't have any injured crew. Alright, pause. They're just permanently injured. Oh, that sucks. The heart of the Deadfire. Nekataka, Late Springs. 2828. All signs point to Nekataka. And who do you guys think you are? As you walk down the dock, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armored Alma. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. Though the harbor master says nothing as she surveys you, you note a telltale sneer and a twitch of revelation, revolution that is all too.
You're far from home, farmer.
familiar.
How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
Oh, well, let me tell you about buoyancy. The Alma cranes her thick neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers, too.
As her attention returns to you, the Alma's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka.
I'm carrying the finest hay in all of Deerwood. Bales of it. So many bales. And I must tell you to fuck off. Get out of my way. Damn. That one's a bit much. Do I really need a reason?
Yes, you do. You can't dock a ship in the harbor and have your run of Queen's Berth without giving me a good reason for docking here.
The women and men behind the harbor master set their jaws straight and their backs from the leader's words. Deep within you, you feel uncomfortably rolling. You can't be certain if the situation is physical or spiritual, but immediately induce nausea and fills your ears with some sort of sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, following with what sounds like the chiming of a small bell.
Show them. Show them what you are.
Is it really important that I go to the place? I need to learn where I can find Luminous Audra. Concentrate on folding the edge of the in-between. So we have pretty high stuff for this. I think. The in-between refers to the shadow world that souls briefly wander after death in their way to the beyond. It was described as a hazy landscape, empty but for the glow of the other souls, Aedra, and Watchers. This is the space that Watchers peer into when they observe and speak to lost souls and soul fragments. Even the gods cannot reach it. You close your eyes and you turn your mind inward, blocking out the sounds of the harbor. The menacing pack of guards. Soon all you can hear is the rushing of blood in your head and a muffled chime ringing somewhere far away.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chimes become clearer, rhythmic, 2 successive bells followed by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes and the harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to get your attention and yelling in your face, but you hear no words, only the ringing and chiming of your heart rate slows and slows and slows and slows.
Now.
What is this?
I scared her.
Run for it!
don't know if that was a good idea.
So much for discretion.
Well, they need to know. Quest updated. The veins of Eora. Eora. Athos is drawing the essence for the pillar of luminous Adra in the region. Whatever he means to do with all the power tracking down the pillars. So that's the main quest. So we just updated the main quest. Right? I think so. I can't remember if I put this on scaling or not. My arrival in the city hardly went unnoticed. Barith certainly saw to that. The harbor master out of the way, I'm free to look in the Konga Palace in the Serpent's Crown district at the top of this mountain. Okay.
Indeed.
Maybe I let the gods have too much control of me. I would have thought there would have been a,
It is not as easy as it seemed to turn a profit in Nekataka.
I guess we gotta level up. Let's see. Explosives. Mechanics. Intimidate. One passive ability. We have rapid recovery. Mule kick. A powerful kick that knocks enemies into the air and then prone, leaving them disoriented. I kind of want Mule Kick. Excuse me. I've heard funny stuff about Mule Kick. Is he healed from that?
But there is opportunity.
Nope. I still don't know how to heal you guys. Alright, so metaphysics is what I was talking about, along with Arcana. I need to find some scrolls. And metaphysics. That seems like it could be useful. Alright. Keep her going with the religion. And more stealth for her. I guess we'll reduce that because we use that a lot. Gotta level everyone up. Our history buff here, along with sleight of hand. Oh boy, he's got so much stuff. But fuck it, let's pick Fireball. And this guy. Oh, he's super stealthy. Insight. Sleight of hand. Now, I don't really quite understand exactly what he does. I remember the Soul Whip doing a lot of damage. We'll do Draining Whip. Okay. Well, we've arrived at Nekataka. I didn't think it would take this long. So, I'm gonna end it here, and I will see you guys in the next episode. See you then.